Hi guys, welcome back. Today I will be demonstrating the carving of the mandibular central incisor. So we have already given the landmarks. So now in this step we will draw the outline of the central incisor. Now by using the scale and the divider we have to measure the mesiodistal dimension. The mesiodistal diameter of the crown, which is 5 mm. Now mark it on the wax block. Now again measure the buccolingual diameter of the crown, that is 6 mm. Mark it on the wax block. Now with the help of the carver, make two small cuts on the sides and then remove the excess wax to get the desired dimension of the crown, the desired length. Now scrape out the wax from the sides of the wax block and see that both the sides you have removed the wax equally. Now with the help of polishing cloth, polish the surface to give it a smooth finish and again gently scrape out the excess wax so that you get the mesiodistal dimension, the accurate measurement, which is 5 mm. So now we are measuring the buccolingual diameter of the crown, that is 6 mm, and we have marked it on the wax block. We are giving an outline of the crown on the buccolingual side. So you can see that the crown is tapered towards the incisal edge. Remove the wax from the labial side and also from the lingual side. Scrape the wax to give the crown a wedge shape appearance. After every step of scraping out the wax carving, you have to polish it with the help of polishing cloth so that again you can carve it gently so that the wax is not sticked onto the block. Scrape the wax from the labial side or the buccal side, and then you have measured here the buccolingual dimension, that is 6 mm. Now you are going to remove the wax from the lingual side. You are already given the outline. Now just along the outline you have to remove the excess wax. More wax should be removed towards the incisal aspect than on the cervical side, so that it gives a tapering effect or a sloping surface. Correctly measure the mesiodistal dimension and then you can remove the wax accordingly to the marked dimensions. Now we are removing the wax from the lingual aspect. There should be a lingual fossa in the lingual aspect. Now the final finishing step. See, you can see that the crown portion is accurate as the desired dimension of the mandibular central incisor. Once again, polish it with the polishing cloth to give it a neat finish, a neat look. At the end, you can see the lingual tapering, the lingual fossa, the incisal edge, and the crown with its dimensions. Now, moving on to the carving of the root portion. So, by using the scale, you have to measure the length of the root. So, the length of the root for the mandibular central incisor is 12.5 mm. Mark it with the help of a carver and extend the line on all the aspects of the wax block. Now the line which you have drawn by measuring the length of the root, you have to make it deep so that the wax can be removed and the carving of the root can be started. First, the excess wax should be removed from all the corners of the root. Remove the excess wax like this from all the 4 corners. After removing the wax from the corners, now come to the sides. So gently remove the wax from all the 4 sides. Now remove the wax, scrape out the wax from all the sides, from all the aspects of the root portion. For the carving of the root, you have to keep in mind that the tapering of the root should be present, and the tapering should be towards the apical portion of the root. Now here we can see that we can appreciate the tapering of the root towards the apical aspect. So polish it and then gently scrape out the wax. Scrape out the wax from the base so that it is more prominent. The root is appearing more prominent. Now for the final step, what you have to do is, by measuring the crown and the root separately, you have to make a cervical line. This cervical line helps us to differentiate between the crown and the root. Extend the cervical line from the labial aspect towards the mesial, distal and lingual sides. So you can see that a nice carving of the mandibular central incisor is done.